Hey guys, how are you? I hope you're good. Today I'm here for another review, not a book review per se, a manga short story review, Shiver by Junji. This is like I said, a short story collection that was originally published in 2015, and I just want to say right off the bat, this is probably going to be a shorter review just because I'm not very well versed in manga. I haven't read much at all, so I am not very knowledgeable when it comes to this area. I would like to read more, of course, so if you have any suggestions, leave those in the comments below. But this is really the first collection or story that I've ever read from this author alone, and I really want to read more. I'm so excited and so looking forward to what other work I can pick up from this author. So that being said, the author himself, Junji, I don't know a whole lot, but I know that he was born in the 60s and he is a Japanese manga horror author. He has been writing and drawing for a very long time, and he's just so well known. Most of his more well-known works are Uzumaki, I believe, and Tomi, and probably a lot of other stuff as well, but I haven't read anything besides Shiver from him before, so this is the only thing I've ever picked up. I believe he's been inspired by a lot of different authors as well. I think one of his inspirations is H.P. Lovecraft, and I think you can definitely see that if you read his work. But that's all I really have to say about this author. Like I said, I don't know a whole lot about him. I want to know more because this short story collection was just absolutely incredible and wild and bonkers and so terrifying. So terrifying. So let's get into the story real quick. Shiver is, like I said, a short story collection. It is 9 stories selected by the author himself as his best stories that he put into a collection to share. And what's really interesting about this collection is after each story there is a little commentary from the author himself, and he talks about, in a way, what inspired him and what got him going and wanting to tell these odd, bizarre stories, because each story is so odd, so bizarre, so strange, and it's so interesting to see where this truly came from, how this kind of started from nothing and became these stories. It's just absolutely fascinating. So I would recommend this collection alone just because getting to see how they became to be is just so cool. Each story, like I said, so bizarre, so strange, but absolutely terrifying, absolutely horrifying. And the stories are very weird because each story is about very random topics or scenarios that you wouldn't think would be scary at all, but this author does such a good job of building tension and just going from one place to another, and then boom, you are just absolutely terrified by the material and by the scenes and the drawings in front of you. They leave such a lasting imprint on your mind. Some of these stories, especially, I mean, all of them really, but one of the earlier stories in the collection is one about like the fear of holes in a way, and just some of these images are just stuck in my mind. I can't get them out, and honestly, just thinking about it gives me goosebumps. I think the title is really just on point for this collection. It's called Shiver, and it will leave you shivering in terror, alright? But there are just so many good ones. I don't even know if I can pick a favorite from this collection. I would love to talk about each individual story, but I don't want to get into spoilers. There's one story that's about grease, oil in a way, and just that random topic is so strange, but the story itself makes you so uncomfortable and will never let you look at oil the same way. It was just so gross, so gross. Some of these are gross, and I think that pro-wise, on the great side, this is masterful. This is an incredible collection of stories that I think is just A+. It's so good. I can't even tell you how amazed I am by these stories, but on the con side, this is not for everyone because these stories are definitely kind of gross, and there's a lot of body horror, there's a lot of like weird fluid things, and I just think that it's not for the squeamish reader. If you are very sensitive to certain images, if you just can't handle a lot, then this kind of will probably not be for you, because I thought I could handle a lot of stuff, but honestly, like, I had to put this down quite a few times because it was just so much. Maybe I'm just more sensitive than I thought I was. That's probably it. But man, some of these stories are just the images are just so haunting. They really are. It's crazy to me how he can just take these scenarios and just turn them into something completely different, and it just leaves you completely just shocked in a way. But a lot of the stories themselves, like, what do they, you know, dabble in? Some of them dabble in like social commentary, some of them dabble in death or the beauty of death, some of them dabble in jealousy, envy. There's a lot of different topics that this short story collection dabbles in, and I think that each one is unique and amazing and beautiful. You know, they're absolutely terrifying and horrifying and gross in a way, but still beautiful all at the same time, because just the way that the author was able to bring this to life, that someone was able to create this, just blows my mind, honestly. It's just, I wish I had a physical copy. I did check this out from my library, so I had to return it, but it was just so good. So good. I really need to read more from this author. I think if you are a horror fan and you love the strange, the bizarre, the creepy, the gross, the you know, just if you love all of that, you will love this so much. But if you are definitely squeamish, if you get scared easily, I will probably recommend to stay afar. But even then, this is just absolutely masterful. It's so good, so good. I don't think there's anything else I can really say without going into spoilers, but it's so good. So good. If you haven't read anything from this author, please do. If you have not gotten into manga before, maybe you try here. This is probably not the best place to start, but anyway, I'm rambling, as I always do. I hope you guys have a good one. Please let me know if you've read this collection. Your thoughts and opinions in the comments below would be amazing. If you have recommendations for me, I can't speak. If you have recommendations for me, please also leave those, and I will see you guys in another couple of days for a book review soon. Okay, bye!